You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.
He's going. He just
He
keep
always
going.
does.
I
The
love it.
I know that you had I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, tweeted something a while back in regards to women kind of knowing their worth when it comes to battles and money wise and things like that.
Absolutely.
Was there a reason as to why that was, brought up or tweeted or?
Um, I was just curious because like I was approached to like battle and I had thrown a number out and like, they kind of was like, no, we can't really afford that now at this time, you know what I mean? Maybe another time. So I'm like, cool. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, man, I wonder like how many girls are going to be getting paid the same as like their male counterparts
Mm,
on Kings versus Queens. So that was just like a question that I wanted to, because I'm like, damn, I'm not even like, I'm asking for a number that's not even crazy. You know what I mean? And
mm,
so like, I'm wondering like, like you can't even do that. Like, what are you giving these other girls? You know what I mean? And
right,
like,
right, right.
it's not to even like pocket watch, but at one point, somebody had to have been like, yo, so like, what's your shit looking like? Or like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? I feel like at one point we should, as women, we should try to like have a union almost, I mean, the guys did it. And I'm not saying strike because I don't even want to strike. Like, I actually want females to battle more so they can get more bags. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And unfortunately, it's like we're just limited to like one league. And so, like, I don't know.
Gotcha.
I feel like there should just be more battles on just regular male cards. I don't even want to call them male cards and just regular battle rap cards because it just seems
Right.
like the guys. I feel like the guys are going, on Queen of the Ring a lot. You know what I mean? And you don't really see females now, as of lately, on URL cards.
Mm,
So
mm,
I don't know. I just feel
mm,
like the more there would probably even be more of a fair pay gap if there were actually more cards and more plates for girls to eat. You know what I mean?
mm.
And it's not just
Gotcha.
limited to like once a month or like
Right.
twice every quarter. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Do you, and I might get shot down for this from other women, like that's not fair, you asking that. But was it, looking to match what, the male counterparts were making, or just offer me more? I may not be at his level, but at least get
Right.
me
Yeah,
equal.
very fair. It's very fair. You know what I mean? I know it was very fair. Like I'm never going to I take into consideration like my reach and stuff, and the numbers that I threw was definitely not in the range of what these dudes get paid. Like it was
Ah,
very fair,
okay.
and that's how I feel. I'm not saying like, which I even feel that the girls should like officials' performance against Tay Rock. She should get paid more.
Mhm,
You know what I mean? Like she should get paid more for that performance because it was great. That
mhm,
was top tier money shit right there. You know what I'm saying? And so like
mhm,
I feel like and I'm not saying that she probably what she got paid she was probably really happy with. I would just like to get paid what I would be happy with. You know what I mean? And
mhm,
um I try to keep it fair as far as like, where I know that my talent is great.
mhm,
And so I just want to be able to prove that. So like, once I be able to prove that, then I can, negotiate my money more to get more. You know what I mean? So
sure.
but like I feel like the number that I picked was just like very fair. You know what I mean? And so
Okay.
like I'm like, damn, if y'all don't even want to pay me that, like what are y'all gonna pay? Like what are y'all paying like these other girls? Like are y'all even has there ever been a female that got paid the same as their male counterpart that and they're both brands are like just as great and their resumes are just as great and their work ethic is just as good and like you know what I mean? So
Mhm,
Can I
yeah,
play devil's advocate?
mhm,
please do, please.
First off, I missed a lot of this conversation. I just stepped out for a minute, but I think I got the
Okay.
gist of it as far as females getting paid a certain amount and males getting more. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So to play devil's advocate, when you look at numbers, there's a difference, right? Let's just take YouTube era before the app and caffeine era, right? Male battle rappers are doing hundreds of thousands and millions of views,
Mm.
so that in itself is why they get paid more money,
For
right?
sure. I agree 100%. I just feel like what the women are asking for is not outrageous. They're not, it's not
So
outrageous. You know what I mean?
like any business, right? Or any business person or individual, how do you um how do you show your worth?
Um, I think it's all about analytics. Like, what is your
Mhm.
reach? Let's pull up analytics. Let's see, like, whenever I post something or the traffic that I can bring to your brand, the keyword, there's that word brand. What can I bring to your brand? How can I expand what you're doing and expand that reach? And how can that reach turn into revenue? So whenever I ask for whatever I ask for, or if there's females that ask for what they ask for, it's because they bring in revenue. Now let's think about it. The way things are now, it's way different than back then. It was about ticket sales. Now it's
Mhm.
about how many people can you engage and bring into
Right.
to see you.
Right.
That's where it's at right now. And as of now, like the females are killing it because we're something great to look at. You know what I mean? And like even in marketing, you'll see females are used more as far as like pushing a brand and making a brand bigger. And so I feel like we're not in the live show era. And so I feel like because the market value has increased in battle rap, so has mine, and so has my reach, and so has my Instagram, so has my Twitter, my YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I'm constantly my brand is going to constantly grow, and when my brand grows, whatever I'm linked to will grow as well.
Gotcha.
The
So
flower of life.
as far as again, this is all devil's advocate, right? Because I've been in this
Yeah.
culture for a long time and I see a
Oh,
lot and I hear a lot.
real quick,
Hmm.
real quick. And as far as like numbers, you know what I mean? As far as like numbers for the males and stuff, I mean, they're just booked more. So if you're booked more, you're obviously there's a more higher ratio of you being able to get more numbers.
Facts.
URL has like 1 million subscribers, but believe that every time that there is a female battle on there, it gets a lot of views. You
Right.
understand? And so like, if you're not given the opportunity to be able to shine as much as your male counterparts, you're obviously that's going to affect your numbers. Also, let's be real. Some of these girls don't share battles. They don't share their battles because they lost. And so that affects numbers. See, it's not just what brings the numbers is like if you're going to share it, you know what I mean? And if people are actually going to see it, you won't know that this is happening unless I share it.
Some of them don't do very well at promotion. Like the truth is, it's like I could call, T Top or DNA or Tay Rock right now, and I can get
Yeah.
an interview with them. But I can't call any female battle rap and get an interview with them. You know what I mean? Females just don't do as much promo as the dudes do either. Now I'm gonna on my end, that's proof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We always talk about this show. Like there are not female battle rap shows out there. There are some, you know what I mean? But Queens of Battle Rap is every week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have a hard time getting women just to come on the show. You know what I mean? Whether they have a battle or not. Sometimes it's just putting yourself out there and letting the people know you still exist and battling. One thing I
Yeah.
know about you is that you're heavy promo on your own. I'm not talking about you, but just in general with a lot of females, they don't come outside a lot. You know what I mean? So they're off the radar, until something happens.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, man. I just feel like there's just not enough cards that are booking them. You
No,
know
I
what I
don't mean
mean?
the cards.
Like
Mhm.
as far as like different URL cards or RBE and stuff, like it's always like one battle per event, and like
Right.
I don't know, not even like even this Max Out, I think Max Out
Yes.
in RP, there's not really a female battle on there. I mean, I feel like I wish there was, you know what I mean? But like they're just, if there was more plates, if there was more like an initiation to like the initiative to want to have more females on your platform, it's possible. There's enough. There was literally a list of 50 female battle rappers. I don't know if you saw it, that was going around in Twitter. So there's 50.
Yeah, light skin television.
You know what I mean? So like there's enough. That's 25 matchups, and then you can flip flop them around. You know what I mean? That's a million, like 1,000 matchups.
Well, then I feel like you have to be careful because this one, if she sees this one, she's gonna knock her out. So they may, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ugly part about it. Yeah, that's the ugly part about it.
Can I say this to you? I know it was a money thing, right? Like enough money wasn't offered for you for a battle.
Yeah, like I think it was, to me, they were like, it's not in the budget for this card.
Can we?
You know what I mean?
Can we
so
know?
Like, for another one, we'll work with you. You know what I mean?
Who was the battle with?
It was actually with Miss Hustle.
So you had a battle set up with Miss Hustle, and the money wasn't good enough on your end.
Well, actually, so me and Miss Hustle were supposed to. Well, actually, we weren't supposed to. So Miss Hustle had reached out to me and said, "Yo, let's battle in UK," and I said, "Well, let's bring it to Smack." And so, I bring it to Smack, and then Smack was like, "Yeah, don't go overseas. I got you. We're gonna beat whatever bag they got, right?" And so, it was with Hustle, and I said, "Okay, well, if you're gonna beat the bag, then they were gonna give us 8. And so what you want to do with that? You know what I mean? So, it was like, nah, it's not in our budget right now. So for the next time, we got you.
And now the next time didn't come around?
It has come around, but it's just not in the time frame that like I'm carving out a week, that's very important for my career. And so I don't know. They have approached me, and I'm guessing because they do have the means to be able to do it. My thing is it's just, if I'm going to get in a battle, it has to be with proper priority. I want to make you a priority. You know what I mean? And I can't do that when I have a week carved out for something and it's going to take away less time. You know what I mean? I need to be able to give you, a good month preparation focused on you, and that's it. You know what I mean? And because I tell you, battling, it truly does like consume, like everything around you is like, I'm making it a bar, like everything around you, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, you're constantly being, because that person and that just like wanting to be the best, like in every performance, that consumes me. And so like, if I'm going to battle somebody, I want to be able to just make them my priority. And so I mean, they approached me, and my thing is this: they approached me like last year. They approached me for official in April of last year for Queen Legacy, and then they had approached me for Gnome 10 with official. Yeah, so with official, and then when they brought up the Hustle battle, that's when I was like, okay, well, we didn't want to take this to an international look, you know what I mean? Like going to UK to be able to battle. We decided we wanted to do it on URL. And, by this time, the market value of URL is way bigger than any of us could imagine. You know what I mean? And so like, I feel like the number that I threw was just I thought it was very fair, especially with my brand and what I do and what I bring to the table, and my skill and my reach, and like, the quality of what I do. And so,
we were supposed to have this conversation in Orlando, but it was just too much going on in Orlando.
It's always like that.
And because the thing is that, I'm a Myverse fan. I've always been a Myverse fan. The thing that comes to mind for most people is, so now we have these two things the way, right? Your popularity outside of battle rap is different than it is inside of battle rap because of the battles you have. Like, you don't have a crazy resume. You know, people say she don't got a crazy enough resume to be asking what she's asking for. But
cares?
then you have your popularity outside of battle rap with your own brand and the MTV stuff and all of that thing and all those things. So what do you say to that? Because I think that's what one of the biggest things, even within the community, you have a lot of people, oh yeah, she fine as hell, you know, but what has she done? Who has she battled? You know what I mean? Like that becomes the big question as far
Yeah.
as you getting booked with a big name and a big bag.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's fuck those guys. The league wants to book me. So like, complain all the fuck you want. They're calling me to book me for official. They're calling me to book me for hustle. Like, you can be upset as much as you want. They're still calling me to battle the names. You know what I mean? The names that I want, I'm going to get them eventually now, or maybe a little bit later. I will get the names that I want. And, you know, it's just the league. If they can make it happen, they can make it happen. You know what I mean? I feel like what I bring to the table not only benefits the league, it benefits my opponent as well. You know, if you're trying to expand your brand, there's that word again. If you're trying to expand that, then you got to cross promo with people that are to your standards. You know what I mean? You got to have standards for your value, for your brand, for who you are. So, and like your art, you have to add value to that. You know what I mean? And so I feel like, yeah, I feel like my skill is good enough. And I feel like that the people that I have faced in the past have been favors for the leagues. You know, I'd say Bonnie was the only one that was really like, you know, and then C3 at one point I was supposed to battle her. I don't know if you remember that, Uncle Ron. You remember that?
Yeah.
When I was supposed to battle C3, she backed out like 2.5 weeks before. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's one of those things where, and then we couldn't find an opponent. And at that time, they were just like, battle Bonnie. And I was like, she ducked me. Like, why am I going to want to battle her again? Fuck that. And then eventually I battled Bonnie, and yeah, I really just want to get the place that I want. And if the girls want to get it shaken, cool. Like, they know I'm nice. That's the thing. They know I'm nice. They could be like, nah, you give me my props in my face. So I don't want to hear, you know, I'm nice. You know, I'm nice. It don't matter. Like,
I had another question regarding the money thing, but I actually want to tap into this one real quick because I remember during the 2-1-2 face off, you know, where it was said to 40, well, you know, why didn't you ask, or why didn't you get Myverse? And it was like, Myverse, you know, and then it's like chuckle. I was gonna ask, do you feel like your peers recognize, you know, your talent and your level, or is it just like because we may battle one day, I gotta say she's trash. Now I can't
yeah,
really
of
give her
course.
props
That's
now.
exactly the narrative. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And that's the narrative. And then what happens is their fans are like, yeah, fuck her, when they know I'm nice. You know what I mean? So like, and that's what's, and like, and I tell my fans, like, my people that love me, you don't have to hate my opponent to love me. You know what I mean? Like, you can still, you know, be a fan of whoever, but don't do that. Don't do that, because I've literally been, and I've sat with recently with 40. She's like, yeah, you know, I was running through because I went on her show. We'd like to know. Make sure y'all go tune into that. You know, I went on her show, and she was like, yo, you know, I was watching some of your stuff, and she was like, damn, like, she's nice. And the thing is, that's not the first time. You know what I mean? That's not the first time that some of your favorites, some of your top fives has told me, yo, you killed that beat, or oh, that was a fire performance. That shit was funny as hell. You know what I mean? And so like, and some of these people, I've rapped with them in ciphers, and you could feel the energy where there was like, damn, she kind of ate that shit. You could feel that energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's an excuse at the end of the day. I think when I do find an opponent, and I'm not to say that I don't have one already lined up for me, when I do battle somebody that is very well respected, and I do well, and, you know, win, then you can't deny me. You're going to have to listen. You're going to have to hear me. And so if I got to be a villain now, then I guess that's what I am.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.